Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillahi amma ba'du. Welcome to another installment of Ramadan Bites. And today's Ramadan Bite is a really important one. And I hope that it resonates in the minds and the hearts and the spirit of each and every one of you. Allah Ta'ala has mentioned in the Quran, ذَلِكُ وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِن تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. Anyone who exalts the institutions of Al-Islam, then that's a sign that they have Al-Iman. Tonight, inshallah, in the year 2022, the Gregorian calendar, it is going to be the 27th night of Ramadan, inshallah Azza wa Jal. We fasted now 26 days. And today, being Wednesday, tonight, bi-idhnillah, will be Thursday night, and it will be the 27th of Ramadan. So the next few days are important days in Ramadan and in the lives of the Muslim. Tonight is the 27th. Tonight, inshallah, is Thursday, and that's an important day in Al-Islam. And then the next day is Friday, and possibly after that, the next day is the day of Al-Eid. So these next 4 days, bi-idhnillah, we have to try to get it. The rewards of Laylatul Qadr and the rewards of this tremendous rukn from the arkan of Al-Islam. As it relates to Laylatul Qadr that Allah Ta'ala mentioned in the Quran about it, Inna anzalnahu fi laylatin mubarakatin, Inna kunna mundhirin. Verily we revealed this Quran in a blessed night, and verily we are those who give you warnings. Warnings about wasting time. Warnings about disobeying Allah, especially with the disobedience of making shirk or making innovation or not praying and so forth and so on. That's an ayah that tells about the barakah and the blessings of Laylatul Qadr. That's been described as a night that has barakah. It's a night in which the malaika come down. It's a night in which the Muslims, they give life to this night, because that's the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر. This night is better than 1,000 months. So if anyone has an iota of al-Iman, this is the month to do the sunnah of getting to the masjid and praying Salatul Taraweeh in Jama'ah, praying Qiyam al-Layl in the Jama'ah along with the Muslims and behind the Imam. Now, you're going to find today, brothers and sisters, that in the vast majority of masjids across the globe, on the 27th of Ramadan, this is when all of the Muslims come out, as if this is the real day or night of Laylatul Qadr. And one of the significant reasons behind that is from the time of the companions, may Allah be pleased with them, all the way up until this day, as I speak right now, the Muslim Ummah has always put a lot of emphasis on the 27th night of Ramadan. And if you were to look at the issue of identifying exactly when Laylatul Qadr is, as we mentioned, has a lot of ikhtilaf in it. The scholars of Islam, like the great scholar Imam Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, who explained the hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari in his book called Fath al-Bari, Rahmatullah alayhi, he said there are over 40 different positions that the scholars took as it relates to when Laylatul Qadr is. 40 different positions. We're not here to discuss all of those positions. We're here to tell you about the position of Umar radiallahu anhu, the position of Ubay ibn Ka'b, the position of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, the position of Abdullah ibn Abbas. Let us look at the position of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud and Abdullah ibn Abbas, as well as the Tabi'i Ikrimah. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, when he was asked, when is Laylatul Qadr? He said, Laylatul Qadr is possibly every single night during the course of the year. That's what Abdullah ibn Abbas said as well, and Ikrimah. They used to say Laylatul Qadr is every single night of the year. When the people heard that and they wanted to ask another companion, Ubay ibn Ka'b, one of the greatest of the companions, they said, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud said Laylatul Qadr is every night of the year. He said that because he didn't want you to just wait for one day to look for Laylatul Qadr. Look for Laylatul Qadr every single night throughout your life. It could be Laylatul Qadr. That's what the intelligent Muslim does. But as it relates to Ubay ibn Ka'b, the one who gave the explanation of what Abdullah ibn Mas'ud meant, may Allah be pleased with him, listen to this. He's a companion who the Prophet said to other companions, Istaqrul Qur'an min arba'. Learn the Qur'an from 4 of my companions. They're the most prolific, the most knowledgeable of the companions. And one of them was Ubay ibn Ka'b. He was one of the 2 companions that Umar, he, during his khilafah, he made the people, he caused the people to pray behind Ubay ibn Ka'b and behind Tamim al-Dari. So Ubay ibn Ka'b, his takhassus and his specialty was with the Quran. He was from the scholars of the Quran. When the people asked him about Laylatul Qadr, he said, Wallahi, Laylatul Qadr is on the 27th of Ramadan, the 27th night. And we know from the way of the companions is that they would not swear by things that were not important. Another issue, you don't find any of the other companions swearing. Some of them said Laylatul Qadr was on the 21st because they saw signs of what the Prophet said was going to happen that night and that morning. Some of them said that Laylatul Qadr and they identified the 23rd. Some said the 25th. Some said the 29th. But none of them swore by Allah. Whereas Ubay ibn Ka'b, being who he is in the scale of the companions, being who he is in terms of the Quran, he said, Wallahi, Laylatul Qadr is on the 27th night. So this is one of the main reasons that many of the scholars and the people from our ummah, they feel that Laylatul Qadr is the 27th. And you're going to have a gangload of people going to come tonight. We're not going to stop people. We're going to say, Inshallah, Laylatul Qadr is tonight. Inshallah. But again, we tell people, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself told us he was caused to forget when Laylatul Qadr was. So look for it in the odd nights in the last 10 days. In another hadith, he said, if you get tired, then don't miss the 25th or the 27th or the 29th. So Laylatul Qadr can be any of these nights. It can even be on some of the even nights because maybe we identify the month of Ramadan wrong. Allahu alam. So the intelligent Muslim is the one who practices the sunnah and he ties up his izar and he rolls up his sleeves and he gets to that masjid for Maghrib, and he prays Maghrib and Isha, and also he prays behind the Imam, the Salat of Tarawih. May Allah Ta'ala write for us and gives to us the strength to get up tonight, to come to the masjid, to feed people and to break their fast on this particular day. You break the fast of the people, you broke it on Laylatul Qadr, inshallah. You make amends and make yourself in a position where you say sorry to people. That happens. Laylatul Qadr, inshallah. You want to give money to build a masjid, to support the masjid. You've done it on Laylatul Qadr, inshallah. May Allah Ta'ala accept it from us and accept it from you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.